everybody, and welcome to South African Homesteader. As many of you know, a good few months ago, I alluded to the fact that we may be moving to a homestead. The land I was speaking about was 2.5 hectares, which equates to about 6.5 acres, almost 7 acres. So a lot has happened since then, and I would like to tell you all about it. And I will be going step by step through pitfalls that you need to look out for in the event where you sell your house. We wanted to sell our house because we want to buy the land cash and then use the other funds that we have left over to build our house, because the land that I was referring to had absolutely no infrastructure. There was nothing, and I mean nothing. Nothing, just land, and that really is what I wanted. But I'm going to talk a little bit about things that you need to look out for, especially, and I will be chatting more about the homestead and what happened, and are we moving, aren't we moving, are we selling, aren't we selling, in a future video. But for today's video, today's video, what I want to talk about is things that you need to look out for if you are selling your house, and especially in South Africa, because obviously the legislation that I will be speaking about will be more suited to the South African system. So if you want to know more, then keep watching. So this is a couple of days later, and I will now be continuing with the pitfalls to look out for, or things to do when you are going to be selling your house, before you are going to be selling your house. So before listing, I have made a few notes here just so that I don't forget anything. But before listing your house, right, make sure that any additions that you've made, be it that you've added a extra bathroom, or be it that you have put a veranda on the outside, or an extra roof on outside your kitchen door, whatever it may be, ensure that everything that you have done is actually on plan. If you don't require a plan, for example, different countries have different rulings with regards to this, but I know here with us, if it is there are certain structures that you don't need to have on plan. For example, a wood drywall structure, or windy house as we know it here, garden shed. If it's smaller than, I think it's 3 meters by 3 meters, or smaller than 2 meters by 2 meters, you can check what the ruling is in the area where you are. But everything that needs to be on plan, rather ensure that if you've made an alteration, do you need a plan or don't you need a plan? And if you need a plan, then rather ensure that you do that before you even list your property. Because this is vital when it comes to if you list your property and there's something that is not on plan, and either the bank asks for an approved plan, you then give the plan that you have, or some people don't even have a plan. Sometimes you've bought the house and you didn't ask for a plan, or the bank didn't ask for a plan, you made no alterations, so there was perhaps no need for you to then get the plan. But as it stands now, things are very tight, so especially with regards to building regulations. So just ensure that everything that you have done is on plan before you list your home. Then the second thing is, if you have any unfinished edges, for example, you have a section of your wall that was has a little crack, or you have, if there's any unfinished sections to your house or any unfinished projects, I would suggest that you actually finish that before you list it, just to give the house a nice overall finished look, because that also can make or break a sale. And then also, declutter your home. If you have, I mean, all of us, we have lots of junk. We don't even realize how much junk we collect over the years that we live in a house. So get rid of it. Get rid of all of the clutter. If there are things that you can't get rid of, but you feel that it doesn't actually have a place in the home, ask someone, pack everything in a box, ask someone to keep it for you until after you have had your showings and you've had a successful offer on your home. Then I would, after you've decluttered also, give your house, especially the interior, give it a nice fresh coat of paint. Paint always, there's nothing paint can't fix. That's what I believe. There's nothing paint can't fix. If you have any leaks on your roof, waterproof your roof, check that everything is in working order, and also try and do this before you list. Once you've now established that your house is now ready for listing, then comes the part where you now need to choose your realtor or your estate agent. And that is a very important step. I find that I need to connect well with someone before I give them the free rein to sell something that is so dear to me, something that you've invested in, something that is held so much memories for you. So don't go with maybe the first realtor that you meet. Perhaps have an interview with 3 of them, at different times, and then decide which one you feel more comfortable with. I've been very lucky where I have had dealings with my realtor in the past, and so I knew the person. But then there was also an instance where I met up with someone else and I had a good connection with this person. So it depends entirely on you who you select to be your realtor. Many of the realtors will ask you for a sole mandate, especially in South Africa. There are oftentimes where more than one realtor can sell your house. It doesn't always work very well, I feel, because it just feels that your house looks like it's been sitting on every realtor's desk and it's not selling. So personally, I do feel that it is best to perhaps give a sole mandate to the realtor that you have selected, but be sure to put an end term to the date of the sole mandate, so that if during the course of the time that you he perhaps hasn't sold the house, etc., and you're becoming despondent, sometimes you don't connect as well as you initially thought, it doesn't mean that it just means that you have an out at the end of the selected date that you have said that if you don't sell my house, I'll give you the sole mandate, but if you don't sell it by whatever date you have stipulated, then I will have the option to then give it to another realtor. So ensure that you have if you choose to go the sole mandate route, ensure that you actually have a end date to the sole mandate. Then when you do the realtors, obviously when they come, then they will do there's a document that you need to sign, for example, to say that is everything in order with the house, etc. And that comes back to the first part of this where I've said check that everything is in working order. So they will, are there any defects to the home, any of those. Be sure to be very open and honest about any defects that you may have in your home, because that can come back to bite you. Also, if you have had a defect and you could have maybe whatever might be the case that you feel structurally, if your place is sound, then obviously everything is okay. If there is an instance where you have something that is wrong with your house, rather let the realtor put it on the document that you are going to sign to say that you have told him about this. So that is not really a deal breaker as long as you have full disclosure. Okay. Then the other thing is you now have to prepare your house. You've got your realtor, you've decluttered your home and fixed up everything that you felt needed fixing. Now comes the point where the realtor is going to start marketing your house. As soon as he starts marketing, especially when it's new, you are going to be getting, if depending on the market at the time, but you will be getting appointments for people to show off your house. So he will tell you that at 3 o'clock I'm bringing a couple and they would want to see the house, and it is best for you, I find, to not be there so that the prospective purchasers can feel that they are walking to a space where they can picture themselves in. Oftentimes, when you are in the home, it's very difficult for the purchaser to feel comfortable, to see themselves in the home. There's a picture of you and your family up on the wall, and so especially personal items like that, rather take that down. Don't leave personal pictures and all over your home with you and your family, because what you want ideally is for the potential purchaser to be able to see them and their family in the house. That is also why it is, oftentimes it's best for you to actually not be in the house while a showing is in progress. Now you've had, for argument's sake, you've had an offer. The realtor brings an offer to you. In all of your excitement, you are so excited that you just want to, what's the offer? Oh, etc. No, it lies within the boundaries of what you actually want. And don't fall into the trap of just signing, because there are many things in that offer to purchase that can come back to haunt you, that can come back to delay your sale, that can come back to even be the cause of your sale not happening anymore, to various reasons. So any sale, there is a clause nowadays when there is a conditional sale. For example, I offer X amount on condition that the bathroom door gets changed. Perhaps there's a hole in the bathroom door. I'm just using examples here. So, and while that bathroom door is not changed, for example, the sale is conditional to that. So if you're not going to change, that's a very small example. It's a silly example actually. But I'm just, so the minute you've changed the bathroom door, then the condition has been fulfilled. So that subject to clause then isn't there any longer. But if there is anything that you are not happy with, for example, you are not happy to change the bathroom door, then you can renegotiate and say, look, I'm going to leave the door. The potential purchaser can change the door at his own merit, or whenever he feels he wants to change it. I'll come down 1,000 rand for that door. So you can sort of negotiate on things like that. But then there are the more serious types of conditions. And that is what I'm going to be speaking about in the next video. If you have learned anything from this video, if you found any of the tips in this video helpful at all, then please give it a like. Share this video on all your social media platforms, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I look forward to our next video where I will continue with the chat, especially on the offer to purchase and the conditions that may arise in that offer to purchase. So from me, Heiria, at South African Homesteader, until next time.